Hey everybody, I'm Dawn Reno Langley, and my new novel, Analyzing the Prescotts, is coming out in January. And I'm really excited about the book and about how it came about. And since it's kind of important to know where a story comes from, I figured I'd share that with you today. Analyzing the Prescotts actually began before I started my PhD program. In my MFA program at Vermont College, I wrote about women writers and their public and private voices, meaning, what did they write in their journals versus what did they write in their works of fiction? And it was a fascinating topic to me because I did find some major differences, especially with work like Mary Wollstonecraft Shelley, who shared a journal with her husband. Anyways, long story short, I went into my PhD program and they asked me what I wanted to write about, what I wanted to research. And because I had written about women's voices, I wanted to know if any of the voices changed. So I talked about transgender authors and their works before, pre, and post transition. As a result of that research, I started writing Analyzing the Prescotts. And it began in the father, Haley's voice. After her transition, she wants to remain daddy and father. And I knew that I was taking on something that wasn't my voice, and I probably had no right to do that. So I started thinking about whose other voices in the story could I embody, could I use to tell the story. And guess what? It's all of them. But it's Cotton Barnes's story. Cotton Barnes is the therapist who takes on the Prescotts, which is the family, and each member of the family tells their own story, from the smallest, who is 10, to Cotton herself, and she kind of drives the car through the story. It's a complicated story. It's a story about family. It's a story about friendship. It's a story about what can test a marriage and whether or not people are really ready for or suited for that type of life. It's also the story about obsession. Cotton has had a major event in her life which pretty much broke her down. She lost one of her patients to suicide. And she thinks she's ready to go back to work, but she's really not. And she becomes obsessed with the Prescotts. Anyways, that ended up being the second half of my PhD dissertation. So I had a section of research on transgender authors, and I read a lot of them. And then I had the novel at the end of it called Analyzing the Prescotts. So that's the story of that book. It is right now on pre-order, 15% discount if you go to the Black Rose Writing website, or you can order it on any of your favorite bookstore shelves. I love when I can share stories like this with you. I hope it made sense, and I hope you'll give my book a read. Thanks a lot. Have a nice day.